So as you can see, here's my calendar for my social media marketing agency. I work with real estate agents, but I'm basically jumping on 5, 6, 7 calls a day consistently every single week for my agency. And I'm literally going to break down the entire process and show you my exact framework, the script, show you exactly how you can go ahead and replicate this and avoid all the same mistakes that I made that I wish I could have just avoided back when I started. So you can just skip it and just go consistently be booking 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 appointments a day some days, right? So if you want this Miro board, have any questions, just DM me on Instagram. Now, basically, I broke into 3 buckets. Number 1 is channel, we have differentiation, and then we have system. So basically, you can't have differentiation if you have the wrong channel. You can't have the right systems if you don't have differentiation and you don't have a predictable message to actually go and replicate. You need to have something that already works to create a system of it. So the first part is finding what already works. Now let me start by going over stuff I've tried. So you know I'm not just a guy who's just trying to sell you on SMS or something as an example, right? So with realtors, basically the first thing that you need to realize is instead of finding what's the best outreach channel, a lot of people always ask me, Noah, what's the best way to go get clients as a beginner? And there's just like, that's a loaded question, because the simple answer is just it depends. You need to ask yourself, where does my niche spend time, right? Usually it's either phone, it's either email, or it's either social media. Now phone, this is like real estate agents, so this is why I did a lot of cold calling and stuff, which I'm going to talk about. But also these other two can work very well, and I've tried them both as well. Like phone works for contractors, real estate agents, people who are on their phone. Email does work for a lot of niches, usually besides contractors though, just because those guys typically aren't checking their email as much. DMs like social media, Instagram, Facebook, it does work in a lot of niches, pretty much everything besides like contractors, usually like lawyers, like white collar probably wouldn't work as well besides like LinkedIn or something. But you can see there's a lot of variable in there. And the first thing I'm going to preface by saying is that every channel works. And I don't know why, but I was under the impression back when I started that there's this one magical channel that's going to get you all the appointments in the world that's just superior to the others. And the reason for that is because you go on YouTube and you see someone who says, "Hey, this is how I was made myself a millionaire with cold email." And then the next guy says, "Hey, this is how I lost $20,000 with cold email and why cold SMS changed my life." Right? It's because you see so many conflicting viewpoints because people are trying to usually sell you their system. Not always, but it all works. That's what I'm trying to say, is it all works. So stop looking for that one shiny objects, that shiny outreach channel, when they really all work. A huge part of it is what you're actually saying and how you're differentiating yourself, and then creating the right systems to actually replicate. But again, based on what I mentioned earlier, I've done cold calling. I built a cold calling team. I had about 10 callers at one time, all commission based. I have entire videos breaking down how I do that. I used to cold call myself as well before I built a team. I do cold SMS, so that's on the phone as well. So cold SMS, thing on a couple hundred, sometimes thousands a day. I also done cold email, and that's actually how I hit my first 10K month, was with cold email and cold calling. I've also done DMs. I'll be honest, I haven't had great success with it, but I'm also not saying that it doesn't work. I'm not closed off to the idea of trying it, because I probably just wasn't doing it right. Or actually, I know for a fact I just wasn't doing it the correct way. And this was a while ago, so I would have a different strategy now, but they all do work. That's the first thing. But give yourself an advantage and choose where your niche actually spends time. Don't try to force something down their throat. Pause. If it doesn't, like, don't try to, I don't know why I said that. Don't try to force something if it's not there. Don't try to do cold email just because someone tells you cold email is working for them in this random niche, right? You need to do what's actually working for you specifically. So the first thing is choosing that channel. If you don't have the right channel, none of this other stuff matters, right? But again, they all can work, but give yourself an advantage. After we have the channel, we need to differentiate ourselves, because the thing is, just like you, think of how many other people are watching videos like this, watching even this exact video. Now, I'm not a guru. I don't have a big audience or anything, so probably not a ton of people. But think about how many SMMA videos there are, how many people are looking to start an agency every single day. And put yourself in your niche's perspective. If you work with roofers, contractors, what does my niche get bombarded with every day? They're getting calls, they're getting messages. The same people, just like yourself, are reaching out to them every single day, trying to sell them the same service and saying, "Hey, can you take on more jobs? Is this the best place for a question? Hey, this is John with ABC Company. How are you doing today?" Right? Those are just examples of the frequently asked stuff. And I could give you a whole list as well for just people like video editors and like growth operators reaching out to me. It's all the same exact stuff. And the people that I choose to invest in, work with, are the people who actually differentiate themselves, just like I'm showing you here. And the way that I kind of changed this up and actually differentiated what I had was by basically reverse engineering the entire process. And now with AI, if you guys haven't heard, there's this cool tool called ChatGPT. It's brand new. It's pretty, I'm just joking with you. Obviously, we know what ChatGPT is, but I started using ChatGPT to basically reverse engineer the entire process. Now, what I mean by that is you're going to see I have this prompt that I put together for you guys. And again, if you want this Miro board, just shoot me a DM on Instagram. But basically what we're doing is putting ourselves in the shoes, or I should say putting ChatGPT in the shoes of your niche. Right? So we're basically giving it some context. Hey, I run a marketing agency. We do service. So insert right here is the brackets. You insert what you do, right? We do Facebook ads for real estate agents. And I'm reaching out to them through, and then you put in your channel from step one right here. So I'm reaching out to them through, let's say, cold email to book sales calls. But here's the thing. These real estate agents get absolutely bombarded every single day with people trying to sell them something. They're tired of it. Most of them are skeptical, frustrated. Honestly, they've probably been burned before, especially when it comes to people selling Facebook ads. There's a ton of noise out there. So the goal of your outreach isn't to close them on the spot. It's just to start a real conversation to see if they're even remotely interested in what you do and open to hearing how Facebook ads could help them grow their business. Now, here's what I want you to do. Pretend you're a realtor and you hate getting cold outreach to by marketers on cold email. Then look at your current message or script for, or say, look at my current message or script for cold email and ask yourself, would I actually respond to this? Would this make me want to book a call? Because the answer isn't a confident yes, and that's your first sign that something needs to change. So what I want to do is actually go and copy and paste this, put this bad boy in ChatGPT, and we're actually going to go do this. So I run a marketing agency. We do Facebook ads for realtors, and obviously put in your service in there as well. Now let's just get some, couldn't be bothered to go and type all this through cold email, Facebook ads. I'm gonna get really good at typing Facebook ads after this. Realtors, channel, cold email. Literally, it's just plug and play. This is literally all I have to do. Now, I want to put our current message in there. So then I want to say, here's my current cold email. And I'm literally going to go write this with you. This is like an email that literally I used. Hey, name. This is Noah. I saw you on Google Maps and wanted to reach out because you had a lot of good looking reviews. I've been working on a new system using AI to find homeowners who are actively looking to sell their home, not search their home, to sell their home in the next 60 days. Then use a funnel to pre-qualify them, so you only speak a few motivated leads a month. Can I send you more info? And it's literally that simple. Like this right here, this is a killer cold email. It's probably better than 95% of the emails that you guys are writing, right? Keep it super, super simple. And I just literally came up with that off rip, but this is like one that I've done before that's worked really, really, really well for me. Some of you guys are going to go and copy this right after, but the thing is that goes into the differentiation aspect. You watch these videos, you go copy it word for word, and then the thing is 20 other people who are watching this video do the same thing. So again, don't go and copy this word for word. You need to actually iterate on it. Right? So now we have all this, we gave it all this context. Now I want to see what it says that it can actually help us from the perspective of a realtor with all this in mind. You can already see that's exactly what I said. The script's already better than 90% of what realtors get. But you can see we can sharpen it. See, ChatGPT is throwing jabs at me. And he even gives you the subject. And it literally goes and gives you the emails. And what you can do is go and split test these. But it literally tells you exactly what you should do from the perspective that it's a realtor who gets bombarded with these garbage messages every single day. And you can even put these in here like, hey, this is what realtors get asked a lot, or this is what roofers get asked a lot. And then it knows And I can literally tell you from the perspective of a realtor, right? So basically, you're just reverse engineering the entire process. Even better though, if you know someone in your niche, like you know a roofer or you know someone who's a car detailer, you go and ask them what type of messages do you not like, and you basically reverse engineer it with them and have them write a message on what they would actually respond to. That's the easiest way to do it. But using ChatGPT is also also an incredible option, just like you saw. Those scripts are amazing right there, and you can just use this exact prompt, right? The last part, now that we have a channel, we have differentiation. So basically, all of this is we have a proven process. What we need is a proven process that actually works, right? Now, the way we actually scale this up and systemize it, and if you do just this, if you can dial in outreach, dial in acquisition, that's how you scale to 10K a month, is you find what works and you just simply do more of it. Right? I'm not even talking about service delivery client results right now, right? You can't deliver client results if you don't have clients in the first place. But obviously, I'm not one of those guys who just likes to churn and burn. Client results is the most important part. I'm not saying that at all, but you can easily go hit 10K a month literally just by finding what works with outreach and just doing more of it. And that's what the systems is for. So how can I predictably replicate this? Now, the first answer, or the first thing you need to do, is track everything, right? So you can't predictably replicate it if you're not tracking. So as an example, if you're doing cold calls, you're going to go put in, hey, I did 150 calls today. You should be doing more, to be honest. You're going to track, hey, I had 35 people pick up. I had I use a good number. 25 people let me go through my opener. I pitched 19 of them, and I booked 4 appointments, right? That's a decent appointment booking ratio in there, right? But basically, you can just go and you can find, okay, if I'm making 150 cold calls and I book 4 appointments, why don't I just go make 300 cold calls and book 8 appointments? Or what I'm going to show you is, why don't I just delegate this and have a team that I get 10 people who make 150 cold calls each, and they're booking four appointments per. That's literally an extra 40 appointments a day. Now, obviously, that's not realistic because as you hire, the quality goes down a bit. But to give you an idea, that's how I want you to think, is how can I just do more and just do this and reverse engineer this. So let's say we know we have let's say we have a 1% booking rate, 1% average booking rate, which stands for average booking rate. What that basically is if you make 100 calls, you make 100 cold calls, you send 100 emails. How many of those how many appointments are you booking? Let's say for every 100 calls, you book one appointment per every 100 calls. So basically what you go and do is you say, hey, if I want to get to 10K a month, I need 5 appointments a day. That means that you need to make 500 cold calls a day. And if you're booking about 1%, let's be conservative. Let's say that you're booking maybe 0.9%. So we need to make, let's say we need 6 appointments. We need 6 appointments per day, right? If we want to be conservative to hit 10K a month. Well, what we can do is, if it takes us 500 calls to book 6 appointments, let's make it unrealistic for us not to hit those numbers. So let's make 800 calls, because even if we have a terrible day, we're still going to book those 6 appointments. So make sure you be conservative with the numbers as well and underestimate. So make sure you can over deliver, just like you set expectations for your clients. So we're going to make 800 calls a day. And once you do that, you can find out, is this something I can do? Which most of you guys probably can't do 800 calls a day. The nice thing with email though and SMS is, yeah, you can easily send out 800 a day, but you're still going to need an appointment setter to deal with the influx of leads you get. And that's basically where we just apply volume and just delegate. It's as simple as that. And I've already gone through this in another video, so this might look familiar. You basically just go to Facebook groups, you make a post, hey, looking for a cold caller as soon as possible, up to $1,500 a month, DM me if interested, right? You qualify them, book them over DMs, interview them, and then you basically can pay them literally all commission-based. You can do a percentage plus per appointment, and you can also do like a base plus a percentage per deal. They all have their pros and cons. I'm not going to go through all of that in more depth right now, but that's basically the process right there. Again, to basically recap, we find the channel, where are we going to double down? And the thing is, I want you to choose one, right? Especially to start, choose one channel. You don't need to try a bunch of different things. Pick one based on where your niche spends time. Go differentiate your service by reverse engineering it using ChatGPT or someone that you know in that niche. And then you just track all the data and reverse engineer the numbers. So, hey, if we need to book 5 appointments a day and we book an appointment for every 100 cold emails we send, how about we send 900 cold emails a day to make it unrealistic that we don't book 5 a day? And then you either just, if you have software, then you can easily replicate it. You just buy more emails, whatever you need to do. Or if it's like cold calling, something more manual, you just go and hire someone to go and do it. And you can do all commission based as well. I literally have videos breaking down all this. And again, if you have questions on this, want my exact process for this, want this Myra board, sure, have any questions about just SMMA in general, growing your business, scaling to your first 10K month, just go DM me on Instagram and know what that helped. Other than that, if you made it this far, I appreciate you watching. Go comment below sauce so I know that you like this video. Other than that, though, YouTube's recommending this video for you on the screen right now, so I'd recommend you go check it out. See you there. Peace.